Our protagonists, watermelon boys Juice and Juice, are deciding whether to visit a beach to cool off during their short-lived summer break. What y'all finna up to?
Nothing. Let's go to the beach.
Alright, I'll drive. Put your seatbelt on.
Fish yellow. OMG, I wonder why I flew out of the car.
I think it's air resistance. To be honest, I'm not as fluent in physics as our science teachers, Mr. Newton. Coincidentally, Juice and watermelon boys of Juice run into Issac Newton, their science teacher. Mr. Newton proceeds to lament about his woes, and then reveals to the two students that he is actually the Issac Newton. He talks about his life, his work, and his famous works during his presentation.
I think I know. Is Isaac Newton your favorite Capricorn and also your science teacher at school? My birthday is January 4th, 1643, and I was born in Lincolnshire, England. My daddy was a farmer and died like 3 months before I was born. Hashtag rip lol. Anyways, I stayed with my grandma after my mom remarried and left me. I was almost a farmer, nasty, but then I attended the University of Cambridge College in 1661. Then I was like, ooh, I kind of love modern philosophers, and made a bunch of notes in philosophical questions. Then, when the Great Plague went around, your boy was at home. I was making theories on light, colour, and calculus, and that's when the apple fell on me. I returned to Cambridge in 1667 to get a master's degree in arts, and I did it. After that, I became professor of mathematics. I also found that white light was a composite of all the other colors of the spectrum, and that it was also composed of particles. To prove this, I invented the first reflecting telescope in 1668. Then, in 1684, Edmund Halley pulled up to my crib and said, "Bro, your notes are so messy, go clean up." The result of that was the mathematical principles of natural philosophy, or more known as the Principia. It includes the 3 laws of motion, which you just proved.
I don't still know who you are. You're irrelevant. I'm not processing all of that. It's gonna take an hour to even listen to you.
Genius is patience.
Theory of this newfound discovery, and concerned for the well-being of their teacher, they ditched Mr. Newton to play a game of volleyball and somehow meet 2 young men about to start a match. Vodka! That's not how you hit a serve! Don't hit the serve like you're hitting the ground!
My bad.
Hey, ripoffs, can we play volleyball with you? Yeah, I guess. Whatever. If you're bad, we kick you out, by the way.
Wow, watermelon boys with juice. You're looking fine. Do you want to be on my team?
Okay, that means Juice. You have to be with Buck.
Wow, Jacob is so great at serving. This is an example of my first law. If an object is at rest or moving at a constant speed in a straight line, it will remain at rest or keep moving in a straight line at constant speed unless it's acted upon by a force. When it's thrown in the air, it's suspended until gravity acts upon it, or when the person's swing will exert more force on a volleyball when it's spiked.
Juice, you said it book. I'll be the best.
So true, Yamakage, so true. My second law also applies here. When the acceleration of an object is directly related to the net force and inversely related to its mass. The smaller the athlete is, the less mass they have, meaning that they can accelerate and decelerate faster than the larger athletes. Since Yamakage is smaller than Juice, he is more capable of receiving the ball due to his speed. Just how Yamakage dug the ball, you can hashtag dig this science fact about my third law, which states every action has its equal and opposite reaction. When Juice's foot exerts down on the floor counters with a force that goes upward. When the floor pushes back, it helps athletes jump off the floor to do whatever's necessary. If the floor didn't push back, Yamakage would fall through it.
I literally don't care.
That is so interesting to learn about Isaac Newton. Thank you so much for teaching us about physics today. You're like the classic version of Bill Nye.
Isaac Newton myself again.
I guess not. Bye, Mr. Newton.